Welcome to my podcast, which is all about changing your business and money reality. This is your master money coach, Dr. Gaurav Deka, and you are money. Hello, my friends. How have you been? This is, I would say, my most awaited podcast episode because this is exactly why. The things that I'm going to talk about in this episode is exactly why I do this podcast. So that people can come and experience the magic of being inside ATEPS. ATEPS, as you know, is my business coaching, my money coaching program. And in this particular episode, I'm going to let you in on everything you ever need to know about ATEPS. So since the time I launched ATEPS, I have been bombarded with queries like, oh, well, what is this new course all about? Or is this a certificate course? What are the modalities that I'm going to learn in this program/course? And is this only for coaches or is it for other people as well, Or what do you mean by a lifetime program, basically? Because, people people find it so difficult to believe that it's a lifetime program. Often people think that lifetime may mean 5 years, 10 years, at the max 20 years. But later, I'm going to talk a bit more on that later. So let me tell you what ATEPS and what is all inside it. Okay. So now the acronym ATEPS. It's an acronym. So ATEPS is ATEPS, and it stands for Abundance Tapping Expansion Practice Series. Of course, the entire acronym is coined by me, and I'm the one who made it up. And simply because I felt that I wanted to shift and transform people's money realities, I had seen so many coaches, many of my own students, healers and therapists struggling with money, struggling with the business of healing and coaching. And I felt so strongly about it. Because, when I was starting off as a private practitioner and later into a group facilitator, no one actually guided me into the business part of it. No one told me how much I could charge or how I could market myself and the work that I do, how I could energetically align myself to get high-paying clients, how could I create ethical business and still make a lot of money. In fact, so many of my seniors and mentors had a really closed attitude towards money. Somehow they feel that being healers or coaches, money is not the primary focus, right? And to keep ourselves and our profession in a way sacred, we must move away from money and above it as well. And I completely refused to believe in that. Because if my physical body was sacred, if everything that I could touch, I could feel, I could hear was sacred, my surrounding was sacred, anything tangible in this world was sacred to my existence, then money is also, and the experience of money is also sacred as well. So I made my own methods, my own way of doing business. I discovered coaches later on who actually became my mentors and who coached me on my own belief systems, my own thoughts, my own emotional landscape, and actually helped me make a ton load of money. And then I realized why people in this country, in my own country, are suffering the way I had to suffer, the way I had to antagonize money. Why should they go through something so horrible wherein they feel that their profession is not honorable and that making money or desiring it somehow makes them evil? Or worse, they don't deserve to make that money. That's what they tell themselves. I did that to myself for the longest time. I told myself that I don't deserve to make all that money, that it would somehow make me less honorable. It would make me judged by people. It would bring a lot of shame to me, that people would not want to come to me because they would think of me as a money-minded, greedy, lusty person or a desperate person, right? So, so when I called the program Abundance Tapping Expansion Practice Series, um, it basically came from uh, this whole idea that I wanted everyone to experience this abundance that I had experienced, the inner abundance, and then expand this experience, this abundant experience, and keep practicing that act and the whole process of expansion. And that's why I called it abundance tapping into the abundance tapping expansion practice series. Because again, once again, I realized that without practicing, without repetitively going over it again and again and again and expanding it with every repetition, I would not be able to sustain that vibration that I need in order to be inside that abundant state. So that's how the name ATEPS came about. Now, let me tell you a little bit of history of ATEPS. So in March 2022, I thought of doing a pilot group of coaches to work on their money realities. And at that point, I didn't know if this program will be a lifetime program. So I invited 13 people who happen to be coaches and therapists and healers I have known and worked closely for the longest time. And I worked with them, coached them, transformed their mindset, helped them gain inquiry into their own thought processes, and gave them a lot of tools to change their business reality and help them evaluate their current financial landscape. And I must tell you that, doing that thing was such a high. It was like breaking all kinds of barriers, breaking all kinds of rules, and, seeing that business, the way we look at business is so different. We have this straight-jacketed, very rigid way of looking at business. And ATEPS gave me, not only the other people, but gave me the opportunity to actually break out of those rules, those prison bars, I would say. And we had so much fun doing it. For me, it was the most fulfilling and illuminating experience. And every single student slash participant slash client saw that there was a visible, palpable shift in their energy levels. And within weeks, they could see that their financial reality was actually changing. They were not only getting high-paying clients, but also were, being fully booked. Some people went from making 1 lakh a month to 2.5 lakhs consistently per month for 3 months, and they did that in 3 weeks. Can you believe? In 3 weeks. And then one of our participants, went on to creating 21 lakh rupees in a single month. If you visit my Instagram, it is replete with examples and testimonials like this. So do go and check out my Instagram. It's at Dr. Gaurav Deka, DrGauravDek. And not only did veteran coaches transcend it and took their business to a completely new, different level, but even the new coaches, the baby coaches, the coaches who hadn't even, started working with clients, started getting them and made a lot of money. Now, the question is, which you all might be thinking right now, how does this happen? How did this happen? What exactly happens inside ATEPS that we have such remarkable transformation and that it expresses itself in all tangible forms because people make the real money? It's not just manifestation, it's not just energy, it's not just abundance and all good feelings and good vibes, but the real cash flow into their bank account. How does that happen? For the longest time, I myself didn't have a concrete answer to that. And then I realized that all coaching containers have an energy and soul of its own. I really believe that every single organization, every single body, every single super organism has a soul of its own. And a coaching container, coaching program is also a super organism. It must have its own soul, its own orders, its own belief systems, its own reach. And then I realized that creating ATEPS was my most spiritual endeavor. And then the soul, so as to say, the soul of ATEPS spoke back to me, as if by entering ATEPS, all of us were entering into this collective field of abundance and healing all the blocks that we had from creating the money that we wanted to create. And then we were tapping into it and getting expanded and practicing it and getting better and better at it. Just by talking about it, I'm getting goosebumps right now. And that's why we never wanted it to end. Like when in March the pilot group ended, we decided that this doesn't feel good. We have to somehow bring continuity to it. We just wanted to keep going with it, be in that energy and keep vibrating in that field of abundance. So I told all my students, that we will relaunch ATEPS. I want to add a few more things, and I want to make it very compact, simplify the whole processes, make them very step by step, so that people find it easy to enter, learn, and start making the money as soon as possible. And that's why all of us decided to give it a break, while I went ahead and created all the content that I wanted to create before I relaunched it. And as I said, I wanted to keep it simple. Why? Because I wanted it to be an easy experience for people. Making money should always be easy. Working with our thoughts and feelings around money must be made easy. It should be an experience of ease and lightness, like moving your hands and telling what food you like, or knowing who you want to have sex with. It must use body intelligence and body memory. I mean, we obviously find riding a bicycle easier than solving a trigonometry problem. And by saying that, I'm not saying that, I don't teach complex programs, or one must not learn things that are intricate in nature, things that are, require a lot of steps. I myself teach a lot of programs. Like I teach family constellation, I teach intergenerational trauma, I teach inner child work through regression. And these are all very, very complex forms of work, working with the body, working with the nervous system, working with the family system. But this one, ATEPS, I wanted it to be easy for anyone and everyone, because each of us deserve to make money. All of us deserve to have all of that money easily, without all that mind drama or that useless shame of, some people knowing more than others, some people having something more than others, or because of certifications and grades and degrees, some people earning more, right? And I can't earn more because I do not have all of those things that I tell myself that I must have in order to make that money. And that brings in useless shame, useless guilt, and whatever emotion we end up attaching money with. So I and the pilot group from March onwards, all of those participants, we all decided to relaunch ATEPS in October 2022. And we decided to turn it into a lifetime program. And as I said, by lifetime, I literally mean that the program will run for an entire lifetime. And not just my lifetime, pray that I live so that I can coach you all, but your lifetime. Because it'll not only be me who will be coaching you, but also highly trained and qualified coaches that I have worked with for more than half a decade are going to join me in this whole endeavor. So the USP of ATEPS as a money coaching program is it's going to run for a whole lifetime. And as I said, some of my most brilliant coach friends and colleagues, handpicked and trained by me, are going to coach people on making a lot and a lot of money. That's what the whole agenda is. It's very simple. ATEPS is a program that's going to help you make money. That's it. And how does that happen? Well, when you sign up for ATEPS, from the second week of October, which is 8th of October, precisely, you and I and other coaches meet every single week on Saturdays to get coached online on Zoom. That is the room where you let go of all the blocks that prevent you from being you, from showing up exactly as you are to the world, from breaking all those stupid, nonsensical, patriarchal norms that we have been conditioned to believe in around money, you know, from inviting money effortlessly to our life. And most importantly, excelling in the fabulous art of selling and making it just so full of fun. Because guess what? Selling is supposed to be easy. So the USP is that there are weekly coaching calls for an entire lifetime. Not only does ATEPS run for an entire lifetime, but we will have these weekly coaching calls on Saturdays for an entire lifetime. Okay. Now, what else? What else is there? So think of ATEPS as also this amazing portal, a portal like Netflix. So what happens when you enter Netflix? When you enter Netflix, you find a lot of movies, a lot of videos, genres, a lot of stuff, right? And then you choose from there. So the moment you enter ATEPS, which is like an online portal, you will be given a login ID and a password, and you will get access to that portal like you get access to Netflix. Okay. And then you go inside it and you will have access to 5 video modules to begin with. The first module is called Your Thoughts Make You Money. The second module is called Who Am I in My Social Media? The third module is called My Body, My Business. The fourth module is called The Metaphysics of Business. And the fifth module is called Simplifying the Selling Process. Under each module, you'll find 5 to 6 video lessons. Now, it will completely depend on you how you consume and learn these videos. You know, we are not going to stress you out with that. Some people I know that they are going to binge on all of these videos, 26 of them to start with. And some people will take their own time to watch them. You know, there is no hard and fast rule. And with every single video, you will have worksheets to practice. Because without practice, we won't be utilizing everything and whatever we'll be learning in those modules. For example, we'll be learning a lot of thought work in the first module, and we'll be practicing my signature process called the deliberate thought building process, which I also taught in my last masterclass called The Greatest Abundance Secret, the link of which can be found in my Instagram bio, just like ATEP's link. Okay, so all of those links are there in my Instagram bio. So that was all about the modules and worksheets. Now, the next thing that you will get inside ATEPS is a private podcast. So this private podcast will be a combination of information and knowledge, bank, and your coaching calls that will happen every week. All of those calls will be uploaded into a podcast format so that you can carry it around and listen to it anytime you like unlimited coaching. Imagine having access to 100 coaching calls with me on a podcast. Isn't that amazing? Getting your brains all fired up and being in that energy of making money. So that was about the podcast, right? The next, the most wholesome experience that no coaching container can ever give you is a private community where all of us students, participants, and coaches will interact, communicate, and I will be coaching you on your business questions, on your thoughts and emotions, on your creation of products and the selling process, your marketing, and of course, the energy and metaphysics of your business all the time, because you can keep on posting there and ask for coaching. Okay? Having a community changes the way we think. Isn't it? It expands our thinking process. When we have access to other people's thoughts, you know, we don't feel alone in our endeavors. Most importantly, we gather this collective courage and camaraderie by which we know that we are the rule benders of the world, that what we believe is true, that making money is possible with the help of support and such a huge, significant community that is only there to help and uplift each other. Plus, having access to the thoughts of your coaches literally, you know, all the time changes everything, because you will have access to them through that private community. So let me repeat the contents once again. When you join ATEPS, you get access to the weekly group coaching calls that are recorded and stored in a private portal to which you are given a specific login ID and a password. Second, the 5 modules. Under each module, there are 5 to 6 videos. The third is, of course, the worksheets and a workbook. Fifth is access to a private podcast. And sixth is, of course, a private community of money makers and coaches. We are in the process of building 2 more products inside ATEPS. These products will come to life once October begins, I guess, after October, sometime in November, December, or Jan next year. So one of them is called the Tapping Vault. As you know, I'm a great fan of EFT and tapping. And a lot of people face problems with their emotions regarding money. You know, some people have the shame of selling. Some people have the guilt of asking for money. Some people feel so tight and contracted in their body when they have to talk about their offers. So to be able to resolve these emotions inside the body, EFT is one of the tools that I use for my own life. And I want to share through videos and tutorials with all the students, all the clients inside ATEPS. The second is a money book. In addition to the workbook, you will get a money book, which will contain invaluable money lessons that I have talked about and taught. And it can change the whole game for you when it comes to business as a coach and making money. These 2 products will be launched, as I said, sometime in November, December, or Jan. So yes, be ready to enter the Netflix of coaching. By the way, this is one container of its kind in India. We don't have a container like that in India so far, by the way. So ATEPS, you can say, is the first of its kind, right? Now I get a lot of questions on who all can come for ATEPS. What are the prerequisites for all the people who can join ATEPS? While the program is specifically for coaches, healers, therapists, and service providers, everything I teach here applies to anyone who works with human beings, having human brains, and is in the field where a solution is provided for the problem that the client faces. So if you work with a human body and if your client is a human brain, then ATEPS is for you. For example, you can be a dermatologist and you work with a client. You can be a mentor in fashion, helping them with their fashion and their wardrobe, right? You can be a makeup artist and you still have to coach your client in believing how makeup or grooming can change their lives and how to make that a profitable business for yourself and take it one notch higher than all the other people doing the same kind of business. So to be honest, everyone working with a human body and a human brain is welcome to join ATEPS. And all of these people, doesn't matter whether the terminology works for them or not, all of them are coaches, right? Because they're shifting human thinking. They are shifting human life in some way or the other, right? So every single person working with human beings and human brains are coaches, right? So now comes the final question. How do I join ATEPS for an entire lifetime, right? So all you have to do, it's very simple. All you have to do is you have to go to my Instagram profile, which is at Dr. Gaurav Deka, and click on the link in the bio. There you'll find the tab, My Lifetime Coaching Program, ATEPS. And it will take you to the payment page and you can just make the payment there. It's 2.5 lakh rupees, which is around 3,300 USD. And you can also opt for the EMI option, which is already provided in the payment page. If you simply put your card details, the EMI options are going to appear, right? So that's an investment for an entire lifetime, my darlings. And I have to share one more news with you. That is, we are coming up with an exclusive website for ATEPS. And post-October, all our registrations and informations will be shifted to that website. This will bring a change to the EMI system we have right now. So currently, September might be the great time to avail the EMI opportunity and sign up right away, people who are looking for EMIs, because that's the DM that I've been getting all the time. So this will shift. So before it shifts, this might be a great opportunity for all of you. And we will, of course, have, because it's a lifetime program, we will, of course, have people signing up later as well, which is post-October. Maybe someone will discover the podcast in this episode in November 2023. And they will still come and sign up for ATEPS. But for those who are listening to it right now, you have the opportunity to start making money today, right? And you have the opportunity to join today. So get access to the mind-blowing coaching that I'm offering inside ATEPS. Use all the tools, take full advantage of everything that I teach inside ATEPS, and start creating clients out of nowhere and start making all that money that you ever imagined in your business. This is my formal ceremonial invitation to all of you. Just head over to the link in my bio on my Instagram handle. If you haven't followed me so far, go ahead and follow me at Dr. Gaurav Deka, right? And sign up today. And also feel free to DM me. By the way, I'm most active on Instagram. I may not be that active on WhatsApp for people who have my number, sometimes not on emails, but on Instagram, I'm most active because I meet most of my clients, potential clients, my students there. So I'll be super excited to hear from you if you happen to have any question, any query, any doubt, right? So I'm going to see and meet all of you inside ATEPS. I cannot literally wait for October to arrive. We are launching ATEPS on the 1st of October, and the weekly coaching calls begin from the 8th of October onwards, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you inside it. Lots and lots and lots of love to all of you. See you next week. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast and are willing to change your business and money reality, head to my free coaching community on Facebook called You Are Money. Link is in the show notes. And do not forget to leave a review on Spotify.com or Apple Podcast. Thank you so much.